Alright, I am back after 2 weeks. I know I said I was going to do this every week, but last week, I just didn't really feel like doing it. But, this week, as you can see by the titles of the notes, it was a pretty hectic week, but, let's jump right in, shall we? So, starting off on Monday, I have the this PM session outlook that I was looking for. Took sell side, so I was looking for buy side after that. Mind you, this is a Monday. Okay, I usually don't trade Mondays because of the poor price action, but let's see, just more screenshots. I wanted to see this SIBI become an inversion after we close above it. And then I used the standard deviations, -2 lined up with the buy side I had marked out. That's what I was aiming for. And then we have this is just a screenshot I took of my internal thoughts. You guys can read that if you want. I was a little over leveraged, which I explained here, and how I was feeling throughout the trade, because this is just real stuff. Like, it's not like you just get in the trade and then wait for it, or like at the beginning, at least that's how it should be. But at the beginning, you know, this is what goes through a trader's head at the beginning stages. But yeah, you guys can pause and read that. Gonna try and make this quick. So if we go down to the next one, bad habits, loss. As you can see, starting off the week to a great start, but yeah, as you can see, we went long, aiming for that buy side that I had marked out, and that never ended up getting taken out. So I was pyramiding here. I'll just show you this. Original entry was there, and then I pyramided more, and by the time I got stopped out, I was getting stopped out like at break even right here, even though my original entry was way down here. So I was not able to capitalize on any profits being made, no partials, nothing. As you can see here, I tried going long again, and that didn't work, and then went short, got scared, got back out, and then I tried going long again right here. And this long right here is what really messed me up, because that was just a dumb mistake, and that was an unnecessary loss. But my main framework behind this trade was because I was still reading price to a degree, but these two losses just made me feel less confident in my second idea. So my main idea was we closed below this purple fair value gap. So I was thinking okay, well, since we closed below that, I think now the narrative has shifted and price will go down for the sell side. So that's what I was aiming for this first trade. Got scared out, went long for no reason at all, took an unnecessary loss, and then I went short one more time for a little bit. I don't even know what I earned from that, but yeah, that was just a very not good day, not a good way to start off the week. But yeah, let's go on to Tuesday, AM session outlook. I was bullish since we took out the previous day's PM session low, looking for buy side to be taken out. We had a lot of relatively equal highs. As you can see, we're still missing another high, but this one, these two, so there's just a lot of buy side residing for me. And then blown here was when I blew an account. This is where I blew one of my accounts, because I got chopped up. As you can see, I'm going to show you this picture real quick. This was the price action for Tuesday morning. This was ES. As you can see, we had a lot of expansive movement during the 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock hour. So, yeah, this was ES. Again, didn't really do much. We took out minor buy side, but I was aiming for the previous day's PM session high, which never got taken out. So I guess what I could have done here was wait for the right entry, which was right here, that small little BISI, and then take in partials and then move my stop up. But I think it's a matter of knowing the market conditions and knowing when to expect accumulation or consolidation, because this is just not favorable price action that I want to be trading. Like, there's some people who like seek and destroy or like consolidation markets, and they can trade that very easily, but for me, that's just not what I trade, because that is what, for me, that's my breaking point. So yeah, after the AM session, I waited for the PM session and then caught this trade. First entry being right there with the inversion and that BISI after the previous day's low was taken out, the AM session sell side was taken out, and the previous day PM. So we swept like multiple levels of sell side. So I was like, okay, maybe now in the PM session it'll want to go up for the buy side. So that's what I was waiting for, and it did. And then I had multiple pyramid entries along here, and then silver bullet, and then that's when it finally took off for the buy side, the lunch buy side. So I was aiming for. So yeah, that was Tuesday. Okay. So yeah, that was Tuesday. And then let's move on to Wednesday. So Wednesday, we had, again, this is where I messed up again. So as you can see, this is what happened on Wednesday. First trade over here on the left, easily could have been avoided. It's before 10 a.m., which is breaking my rules. Right here, I just got FOMO and I was aiming for the buy side, and I saw that we had this drop down and then come back up. So I thought this was a 2022 model, and then I was like, okay, well, I don't want to miss this move, so broke my rules, ended up getting humbled. And then after that, if we go over here to the bottom right, we can see ES. I saw ES and was like, okay, well, this is stronger, so maybe it still wants to go up there. And then yeah, that was not the case. Again, before 10 a.m. also could have been avoided. And then the top right, our third trade, I ended up switching my narrative because the first two trades made me, it gave me clouded judgment. I wasn't able to see price for what it was doing because of these two previous trades. My mind was not in the right headspace to be focused in on price. So I ended up switching my bias and going short, which was wrong. So because, as you can see, we ended up taking the buy side. But yeah, so number one, I shouldn't have traded before 10 a.m. because that's breaking my rules. And then number two, I shouldn't have taken more than 2 trades because, well, it's supposed to be, well, number one, I shouldn't have traded before 10 a.m. And number two, I shouldn't have taken more than 2 trades. So starting from 10 a.m., I shouldn't have taken more than 2 trades. But yeah, this just shows you that, like, it's very important to be patient, because even if you feel like you're gonna miss a move, or even if you think you're gonna miss a move, missing one move out of the infinite 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock hours or 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock hours, it does not mean anything. But for me, I'm so, like, focused on the short term, in the moment, of course, after the fact, or like not in the moment. I can think of things clearly, but in the moment I'm just so focused on like the short term of like this move, and like, oh, like I need to catch this move. But I don't know, it just, in the moment it feels like this is gonna be the like very last move of the market ever. But I know it sounds dumb, but that's just how I really feel, at least, and maybe other people do too. But yeah, that's just how it feels. That's what went on here. And then I had some account, I had a funded account that went long, and it was over leveraged, and I ended up getting wicked out right here on these wicks. Even though this BISI was being respected, still I was over leveraged, and the accounts got liquidated, meaning that they automatically got taken out and lost because of the max drawdown. So after that, I had reset and then got another account and entered literally right after, because it was still respecting the PD array. So I was like, we're still gonna go up, I think. So I ended up re-entering, and then it ended up running for the buy side. So I caught the move, but at what cost, you know? So I think this could have easily, everything that happened on Wednesday could have easily been avoided if I just stayed patient and did not over leverage. Because even if I took this trade and wasn't over leveraged, I would have been perfectly fine. But yeah, greed got to me on Wednesday. But and then the PM session, I caught this. So I noticed this at the lunch hour low, and it was a little consolidation, so that's what I was aiming for. And then came up, hit this 15-minute SIBI, and then dropped. And then I went long, actually. I went long aiming for this buy side, the high, these highs right here, which never ended up getting taken out. And then caught stopped out, so took a small loss. This was, I did a lot better in the PM session, did not over leverage or anything, so I got stopped out. And then dropped, and then I waited for a retracement, and then I used this up close candle right here as a order block. So I had my stop loss above that, and then I entered on these fair value gaps, and then aiming for just this low right here. So my ultimate draw, as you can see, the scope was this sell side, and that 60-minute BISI ultimately. But yeah, so that was a winner. I took that trade, winner. And then my draw on liquidity ended up being hit, but I was not a part of it. After I took my win, I just tape read for the rest of the session. I didn't take any more trades, I just watched. And then so that was Wednesday. Thursday I traded the London session. So Thursday we have I took this short, even though it was before 3 a.m., which is the silver bullet 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. silver bullet hours for London session. I took a short. Was one tick away from getting stopped out, but did not get stopped out. And then it just placed lower, and then I added more pyramid more, and then ended up taking sell side. So this trade was also not over leveraged, and I don't know, like, it just not being over leveraged just like feels like a lot more like easy. I don't know how to explain it. It's more like relaxing and comfortable. So this trade felt really good. And then I took another one in London session, the silver bullet, right after my other trade. As you can see, we continued to go down, so I was like, okay, I think we're gonna go to the new day opening gap, which was unfilled. So I think this trade was like very obvious. Like, I don't know, the experience that I have and like the feeling I felt during this trade and seeing that the new day opening gap was unfilled and there was also a sell side level down there, I thought that it was a very, very high percent chance that price will go down here. So I think that's how every trade should feel for a trader, but of course it doesn't always feel that way, and that's when you have to make the decision to either control yourself or trade in conditions you don't want to trade in. And I'm still trying to get over that, but yeah, this trade was just very, very nice. Like, I was like, okay, like, I think there's a low chance of me getting stopped out here. But even with that thought in my mind, I was still able to not over leverage, which I'm very proud of myself for not over leveraging, because that means I am learning and I'm improving and I'm growing as a trader, and that's very nice to know, you know, because like me passing a funded account or me getting a payout doesn't mean that I am improving individually as a trader. Me proving to myself that I can be disciplined, I can be patient, I can stick to my rules, I can not over leverage, that is what to me matters the most, because that is what will lead me to success in the long term, and that is what will set me up for life compared to a single pass funded account or a single payout, because those things are always just like, anyone can get a payout, anyone can pass a funded account, if I'm being honest, but not many people can consistently do it month over month, year over year, quarter over quarter. So that's what I'm trying to focus on right now, instead of, you know, focusing on the trading aspect and the money aspect. I'm focusing on the me aspect as the trader. So PM session, same day, I ended up taking more trades. First two trades I got stopped out because we rallied up during lunch, and then I was looking for longs. So after a rally, what can you expect? Consolidation or retracement, which is what happened, and I was not aware of that. As you can see, I was unaware of that. So during the 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock hour, as you can see, we didn't really do much, and then we dropped. And then after that, the 250 to 310 macro, it's what I used to go long. And then we displaced higher. I went long, and then took a partial on the minor buy side, and then took one more partial after we took out this high, and then my final TP was hit. So that was a nice trade. The last one was a nice trade. The first two could have been avoided if I knew the market conditions. And then after that, that's it for Thursday. And then that was it for Thursday. And then Friday, do Friday. Friday we have I took this is the first thing, the current market conditions, as you can see. They're not very well aligned. On the left we have the Dow. As you can see, the 15-minute highs are not even that, just like the low, this low, or not even, bro, just look at the candles, bro. The candle before the current printing one is a long wick with down close, and then on NASDAQ we have just full green up close candle, and then ES is just like a wicks on both sides candle, or wick and tail. But yeah, it's just these markets are clearly out of sync, so I wasn't really looking for, I had very low expectations. And then this is the 1 minute chart. As you can see, NASDAQ stronger, ES weaker, Dow very weak. So NASDAQ was strongest, and I had buy side targets. So if anything, my trade will be taken on NAS if I did take a trade, which I ended up doing. I had this I went long on this inversion fair value gap, as well as there was a small, tiny, very small BISI fair value gap right there that I entered on. And then there's news at 10 a.m. which I was actually unaware of, which is not good, but good at the same time. But yeah, that news ended up taking out the buy side for me, and that was my target. And if you guys are curious as to where my stop loss was, because I know I get curious about that, like when I'm looking at other people's trades, my stop loss was below this wick, or it was either below this swing low or below this wick. I'm pretty sure it was below maybe the consequent encroachment of this wick. It was somewhere around here, but that's where my stop loss was. It wasn't down here, it wasn't way down here. It was somewhere in here because we had this order block and a inversion fair value gap, as well as a BISI. So I really didn't want to see price come anywhere near this low or anywhere like outside of the inversion fair value gap. So my stop was somewhere around here, not way down here. And I think it was like a 1 to 4 R trade. But yeah, that's it for the screenshots. And then what I learned, I took some notes, what I learned from this week. Right, so first thing that I took note of was knowing the market conditions. Recently I've been getting chopped up a lot trading market conditions that I don't feel comfortable / confident in, such as framing both sides of the market or the draw on liquidity is not obvious. I think that's very important. Also knowing when to expect consolidation by looking to the left and seeing what price recently did will help me avoid unfavorable conditions. So for example, if price recently had a large expansion to either the upside or the downside, it's reasonable to expect consolidation or retracement. And so yeah, that's what I mean by just looking to the left and see what price recently did. But as far as feeling comfortable and confident, ICT always says if you can frame both sides of the market, then that is a clear indication of poor market conditions, and that's what I was doing towards the beginning of this week. And that I was getting chopped up a lot, so I think that was just poor market conditions, and I should not have been trading in that. And then the draw on liquidity not being obvious, like that one London trade I was talking about earlier, where we had the new day opening gap and the sell side. For me, I felt very confident and comfortable, and it was very obvious to me, and I think that's how every trade should feel. So number 2, over leveraging and pyramiding. Just having more size than I need / feel comfortable with, that leads to multiple problems that are easily avoidable, such as these problems can be like getting out of a winning trade, analysis paralysis, or that's the same thing as like fear, because you can, like, every small movement in price matters so much, even though it shouldn't, because of how much size you have. But yeah, that's just what that is. But next thing I had down was turning a winning / break-even trade into a losing trade, such as that one trade I had where I kept pyramiding, and then my original entry ended up coming up to my original entry just ended up averaging out at a place that I wouldn't want it to be. So then I ended up getting stopped out at break even though I should have been in profit. And then and not accepting the loss, because when you're oversized, it can be very hard to accept a loss, because you lost more than you are mentally comfortable losing. And I think ICT mentioned this before, where you have kind of like a mental there's a physical threshold of like your account balance and how much you should be risking, and then you have a mental threshold of how much you're actually comfortable losing. So there's a difference between those two, and you have to realize you have to find out for yourself what your personal mental threshold is, and you need to stick to that. And yeah, because after you lose more than you're mentally comfortable losing, that can play a big role on your mentality and your mental. But number 3, impatience is also another reason I blew an account this week, because I didn't want to wait until 10 a.m. and I got FOMO and I didn't want to miss the move. So that ended up doing more damage than profit. So yeah, understanding that there will always be setups and looking long term is the key to fixing this. So just got to understand that there will always be more setups, and just look long term. Don't act like that the one setup that's right in front of you is the only setup that will ever play out. And yeah, just to end it off, I just put a little funded account to update. I have this forex prop firm called Day Funded that I have 2 accounts sitting in 2 funded accounts sitting in profit, waiting for the payout date. But I honestly don't really expect to get paid, because in their Discord they just have a lot of backlash, a lot of people complaining, a lot of people like saying that it's not trustworthy. So they're a new firm. I thought, why not give it a try, because they had a very good offer. So if I get paid, I get paid. If I don't, then I don't. But I'm not really expecting to get paid. But as far as the futures prop firms, I have 3 funded on MFFU, My Funded Futures. I have 3 funded accounts with them. They're each up 2.5k. My goal is 4k by the middle of the month, because that's my payout date. And then I'm doing 4k because so I can withdraw 2k each, and then still have a 2k buffer or a 2k drawdown. So that's my goal for that. And then I have a trade day account, which is a little under halfway passing the eval, but I still need 8 out of 10 more trading days to complete. So hopefully by the time I get the payout date comes around for My Funded Futures, I'll have my trade day account passed. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I'll try and do one of these next week or at the end of this week. I'll see, but yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this one, and that's pretty much it. See ya.